community, targeted towards the staff, and also targeted towards the clients in a domestic violence shelter, so everyone can come together and learn from everyone. It can also be a source of revenue for the YW also. And also develop programs where men are leading the elimination of domestic violence. So I know someone said before that we know women are within domestic violence issues, but we also have men, so educate men within that also. Community-wide conference on racism. We know Scarlett Bennett does a lot of workshops on racism, but our mission is to eliminate racism, so we should be the go-to agency for that. And also be very intentional when we're hiring staff so they actually reflect our clients. It's much easier for our clients to relate to someone who looks like them than to someone who doesn't look like them. So that's what we do in our group.
Okay. Now, before, yes. Yes, Margaret.
When I went to the other board, I saw several people put what I had down to, and that was men, and I can see them over there, more men was on the other part. And so I just wanted to say that I wanted to see more men in our board and our staffing, and that was really what I was particularly interested in, because I think if we start there, we'll be able to continue to, have that water spread out and whatever. The only other thing that I had under other was, and it hasn't come out here, and I feel like that in empowering women, especially in the Girls Inc. area, that we need to be doing more with sports and that, and health and those issues. And I think that would be a good place for us to start. I don't know whether or not we do encourage coaching the middle school girls in certain areas or certain team sports or whatever, but I feel like that as far as a vision, I don't know, I've looked at some studies lately, and there's only 1% of all the media in our country is devoted to women in sports. The rest of it's to men, and I think that it's just an important area. I don't know what our agency's doing. I know we can't do everything, but I would like to see more sports initiatives incorporated, maybe with our young women.
Now, those ideas got on the other chart, right, which is the open door. So,
I'm sorry, I thought that was other.
Okay, the other, that one got pulled off the other.
I'm sorry, I thought that was other. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's all right. We just want to be sure that there's a record of it. You be sure that it got on a post-it and got on the other list. And let's just pull the door, too, for a second, and somebody read off the other list, if you would, just so we get it included. See, we can leave out the diversity got moved. So what are the rest of the items?
Empowering women, more sports initiatives, happy, well-trained staff, incubator for women's leadership, mayor is a woman of color, graduate of YWCA program, board, Hispanics, Kurds, Black, White, LGBT program, board thinking critically, services in more locations, transportation, waiting list for outreach presentations, full circle agency, provide solutions to city's problem of crime and homelessness, more campaign, more men, men more active role, part of the solution, men more involved in the board and staff, and membership.
Good. Okay, so that got recorded. I was going to say put that up there.
I just wanted to do a quick update on the whole men of the board. We have completed a while back, it's been at least 6 months, a fairly large application that went to the national organization asking for our ability to expand our board membership as well as our membership to include men. We've been approved on every single piece of it, but one piece. They've come back and we sort of have to rewrite a chapter that talks about how we're going to get community support of the decision to bring men in. And that's due from me in the next month or so. And I'm really just going to describe the annual meeting, because that is the process by which we put out any changes in our bylaws and we put out who our new board members are. The women in Arizona and Tucson have both been helpful. They said if I write it up the way we do it, they'll prove it, it'll pass. So we are, right now, with board recruiting, putting men in the pot to be considered. And with membership, Men will be full members of the YW as a woman would be with a contribution.
How many other YWs have been on the board?
I would, if I had to guess, I'd probably guess,
Handful?
no, 25 or 50. California, like the whole West Coast is all that way. And then even all the way to Tucson. I mean, it's sort of the South and the Northeast are kind of hanging on. But I feel like we're done. I mean, I still got work to do, but everything that it's going to be past, it'll be over. It won't be an issue for us at all. So we're moving full speed ahead with men and women as equal members of the YW.
Great, thank you.
Can we get some clarification around what the transportation was?
Yeah, sure.
I wrote that. I meant transportation for our clients and figuring out how to fix that problem for them.
Okay, very good. Any other questions before we dot out process? And let me ask the staff who are facilitating at the tables to make sure that each flip chart is marked with what your group was. Like if someone would add a PR marketing here and so forth, so that we know exactly which sheets we belong to which group. And then if you would make sure that all your sheets are laid out so that people can see them at a glance. There's nothing hidden under something else, because that won't get in the voting. And let's have an example voter. Let's have, Pat, why don't you bring your marker up here? Maybe this is wrong to set the precedent, but ignore what she says. Let's see. Anna, let's have you do one, too. You want to do one? You know how to do it? Okay. Y'all
Do the same one?
no, she can do PR marketing, and you do whatever one is right in front of you. Let's see. Pick one. Let's see. Diversity, you're going to do that one? Okay, she's going to do an example for you. In fact, we'll end up probably putting this on the wall so you can use your marker. But you're going to take your marker, and underneath the one that you feel like Pat was saying, we can't do all of this at the same time. Where do we begin? We got to have some kind of sense of this is priority or this is really major important, so we're asking you to vote for one item by putting a dot under it. So when we finish,
Is that a good dot?
that's a good dot. You may be seated. Yay. All right, and so Anna did one as well. So it goes under the item itself. So we're going to be able to go through when you're through and find the one that has the most dots and circle it. Okay, is everybody clear on the instruction?
And Dan, it might be helpful on the numbers to let us know how many different ones there are.
I think there are 10. If I count again, let's see. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. There are 9. And include other will make it 10. 10. So vote for an other as well.
It's not written out, so how are you going to do that?
I don't know. Yeah, just put it under the Post-it.
You can put a dot on the
Under the Post-it or by the Post-it. It's still, we've got a bunch of things. Which one of those do we pay attention to? And if that didn't work, don't do it. But it'll give us a multi-vote weighting of the items. So go to the flip chart that is nearest you. You're going to have to measure the geography and take your marker and give it one dot